Dear colleagues, friends, I grew up in Athens, Greece, when Greece was stable, when the economy was prospering, when people were optimistic about their futures. But then the financial crisis came and everything changed. The crisis exposed Greece's unsustainable economic model, its structural issues, its irresponsible politics, as well as European irresponsible politics. Over the last 6 years, Greece has gone through a Great Depression. The gross domestic product decreased by 1/4. The Athens Stock Exchange, since the beginning of the crisis, fell by 90%. Unemployment approached 30%, and youth unemployment exceeded 50%. A good friend of mine from Greece described me how painful it was for him not to have a job, and for any person full of energy, young, wanting to contribute to his family and to society, not having a job is devastating in many ways. So the question is, how does Greece change these numbers? How does Greece transform itself? My talk today is going to be about the key issues that policymakers need to address in order to help the country be transformed. And given my time limitation, I'll only focus on two key main issues: public sector reform and enhancement of political institutions. So let me start with the first one, public sector reform. Greece needs a public sector that will be able to address 21st century needs. It needs a modern and effective public sector, but that does not necessarily entail a smaller public sector. It needs a public sector that will be centered around key values: meritocracy in public servant selection, transparency, a performance-driven culture. Public sector entities need to have clear organizational structure, clear roles and responsibilities for every single employee, and clear evaluation criteria. Greek public sector needs to regain citizens' respect and investors' trust. So now let me turn on the second issue, which is the enhancement of political institutions. Now, since 2009, Greece has held 5 general national elections and has changed 4 different governments. There is no doubt that political instability deepened, exacerbated, and prolonged our economic wounds. So we need to transition, and we need to enhance our political institutions and transition to a fixed 4-year term so that political stability is being enhanced and so that the government is enabled to make long-term plans. Now, my generation sadly will have a very difficult path ahead. It will inherit problems that it did not create, major problems, and problems that will not be solved in a matter of 1 or 2 years. But my generation at the same time has a unique opportunity to change Greece, to transform Greece, to create a country that is stable and safe, an economy that generates jobs, a democracy that encapsulates the true meaning of its founding fathers. I feel I have not only an opportunity but a great responsibility to contribute to the struggle for a safer, better, stronger Greece. And I want you, all the guys at HKS, to help me through your network, through your knowledge and skills, through your feedback and advice, to become a better policymaker and to be able, when I go back, to serve my people well. Thank you.